Match: Argentina vs. Algeria, Group Stage, FIFA World Cup 2026 Venue: Arrowhead Stadium, Kansas City. Final score: Argentina 3-0 Algeria. The intro and the big story. Hello and welcome to the post-match review. If you are just tuning in, you missed history in Kansas City. But don't worry, we are spending the next 30 minutes breaking down a night that will be talked about for generations. We are live from KC, where the 2026 FIFA World Cup just witnessed its first truly iconic masterpiece. Argentina 3, Algeria 0. On paper, it looks like a comfortable, routine victory for the reigning world giants. But the scoreline only tells a fraction of the story. Tonight was about one man, a number of staggering milestones, and a record-breaking performance that cements a legacy already written in gold. Lionel Andres Messi, 200 caps, 6 World Cups, and tonight, a hat-trick to kick off the tournament. Before we dive into the tactical breakdown of how Argentina dismantled a resilient Algerian side, let's just appreciate the atmosphere. Arrowhead Stadium was a sea of blue and white, but local American fans and traveling Algerians turned this into an absolute pressure cooker. Let's look at the lineups quickly. Argentina rolled out a star-studded 11 designed to feed their captain, while Algeria came out in a disciplined, aggressive shape, aiming to spoil the party. They weren't just here to be a footnote in Messi's biography, and for the first 20 minutes, they made sure Argentina knew it. The milestone and the nervous opening exchanges. Let's take it back to the kickoff. The pre-match build-up was entirely centered around Messi's 200th appearance for La Albiceleste. Think about that number for a second. 200 international matches. To do that at the absolute highest level, spanning 6 different World Cup tournaments, is unprecedented. The energy in the stadium when he walked out was electric. But once the whistle blew, Algeria showed they weren't just there to admire the scenery. Early on, Argentina thought they had the dream start. A beautiful sequence of passing sliced right through the Algerian midfield. The ball was slotted home, the stadium erupted, but the linesman's flag went up immediately. Disallowed for offside. You could feel a collective gasp in the stadium. It was a warning sign that tonight wasn't going to be a walk in the park. And then, Algeria fired back. Between the 5th and 15th minutes, Algeria looked incredibly dangerous. If you thought they were going to sit back in a low block and defend for 90 minutes, you were wrong. A young man named Ibrahim Maza was absolutely central to everything good Algeria did early on. Maza was driving into the half spaces, asking massive questions of the Argentine backline. Algeria created 2 or 3 highly promising transitions. For a moment there, the Argentine fans looked nervous. The midfield wasn't quite tracking back fast enough, and Algeria was playing with a fearless, high-pressing intensity. The breakthrough and magical moment number 1. But when you have the greatest of all time on the pitch, momentum can shift in the blink of an eye. Algeria was enjoying their best spell of the game, pushing bodies forward, when Argentina forced a turnover. And then, the magic happened. It's the 20th minute. The ball finds Messi just outside the box. Now, we've seen him in this position 1,000 times, but it never gets old. The Algerian defenders try to close the gap, but his first touch is immaculate. With a burst of characteristic agility, he shifts his weight, leaves 2 defenders tracking shadows, and glides a skillful, pinpoint finish past the keeper. Goal: Argentina, 1-0. The sheer skill required to unlock a defense that tight, while under immense pressure, is what separates Messi from the rest of humanity. It completely broke Algeria's early momentum. Suddenly, the tactical plan for Algeria had to change. They couldn't just counterattack anymore, they had to chase the game. Argentina spent the rest of the first half dictating the tempo, probing the edges, while Algeria tried to regroup and find that early spark again. At halftime, it was 1-0. A tight game, but Argentina was firmly in the driver's seat. The second half masterclass and record-breaking drama. Welcome back to our few-minute match review. If the first half was a tense tactical battle unlocked by genius, the second half was a pure exhibition. Algeria came out for the second half trying to re-establish that high press, but Argentina's midfield engine room adjusted. They kept the ball moving faster, tiring out the Algerian attackers. Then came the period between the 60th and 75th minutes where history wasn't just made, it was shattered. Messi grabs his second of the night with another clinical display inside the area. The Algerian defense was stretched, A low cross comes in, and there he is, right place, right time, a Predators finish. 2-0. But he wasn't done. Just a few minutes later, Argentina wins a free kick in prime territory, or perhaps it was a quick transition. Either way, Messi finds himself in space again. He strikes it. The keeper lunges, but it's hit with too much precision. It flies into the back of the net. Hat trick for Lionel Messi. 3-0. The stadium completely boiled over. But the commentators weren't just talking about the hat trick. They were looking at the record books. With those 3 goals, Lionel Messi officially tied Miroslav Klose as the joint second highest goalscorer in FIFA World Cup history. Think about the names he is rubbing shoulders with, the sheer longevity required to rack up that many goals on the world's biggest stage. It's mind-boggling. The post-match fallout and what it means. The final whistle blew shortly after, confirming a 3-0 victory for Argentina. Let's give credit where it's due. Algeria played a valiant game, especially in that opening half hour. Players like Maza showed that Algeria has the technical quality and the bravery to compete with the very best in the world. They didn't score tonight, but if they play with that same intensity against their other group opponents, they are going to win points in this tournament. Do not count Algeria out just yet. But tonight belongs to Argentina, and it belongs to Lionel Messi. What a way to start their 2026 World Cup campaign. 3 points, 3 goals, a clean sheet, and their talismanic captain is already leading the Golden Boot race on day 1. If anyone thought Argentina was going to suffer from a post-2022 hangover, or that Messi was just here for a retirement lap, tonight put those doubts to bed permanently. They look hungry, they look organized, and they have a savior who can still turn a football match into art at a moment's notice. That wraps up our deep dive into Argentina's historic 3-0 win over Algeria here in Kansas City. What was your favorite moment of the match? Is Messi going to break the all-time World Cup scoring record in the next game? Let us know your thoughts. Until next time, I'm Highlights Hub and this has been good. Goodbye for